Hello, this is Saraneth, and we are playing Creativerse, and I am answering questions, I think. This is my first video of that type to do so. Let me go ahead and reiterate, as I said in my tutorial videos, well, when I say, for those of us who assume, who have no experience with circuitry and electricity and that kind of thing, and I am very serious. I have no formal study, and a lot of what I've been able to do has been self-study and beating my head against things and piecing things together because I like puzzles and I really enjoy putting these things together and figuring out how they work. So if I have questions like I do for this video, I will try my best to answer them, to puzzle them out for you. I may not always be able to do so. There may be things that are obvious to people with actual formal study that I may completely miss. So certainly don't rely on me as your sole source of information. Go out there, search. And actually in a later tutorial video we will actually be talking about different search terms. We've already talked about vocabulary. You can use these things to look for other tutorials, other real-life tutorials where circuitry and digital logic is used, and hopefully you can use what you've learned here and in other Creativerse Machine videos to expand your knowledge and really take off with the machines we have. So sorry for that long-winded introduction. Let me go ahead and get started with our first question. This is what I'm trying to do. When I walk on a pressure plate, the door opens and I walk through the door, and the lights come on and the door closes, and I step on the second pressure plate inside the home near the door. I don't want it to do anything until I leave. Then I just like to turn the lights off and open the door. My problem is that the second pressure plate messes things up. Do you think you can help me? So if I'm understanding this correctly, we want something like this. An automatic door and lights on when we enter, and lights off when we exit. This build actually uses two blocks I haven't yet covered in the tutorial series, so know that when I talk about them I will go into much greater detail later. We have on each side of the door two plates, and you could, if you wanted to, attach the plates directly to the door. However, I've actually included an OR gate. It adds an extra moment of time, but it prevents any possible interference. Like I said, I'll go into more detail in the actual tutorial, but this gate, when set to OR, means that it will accept any true signal and output a true signal. So if you have one person standing on each plate, it'll output a true signal. If you have one person standing on either plate, it'll output a true signal. If you have one person standing on a plate and another person standing on a plate and suddenly stepping off, it'll hold the true signal from this one, whereas two inputs on the same door might not. So the OR gate is just an extra measure to handle extra inputs into one one object. The other part of the question is the light, and for this one I've gone with another block that I haven't yet talked about, the flip-flop. If you've ever had a light switch or other mechanism where you just press a button to make it go and then press a button to make it stop, or press a button to turn a lamp on and press the same button to turn it off, that's what the flip-flop is. I've attached it to the same press plate, because press plates and other objects can have multiple outputs without issue. So the press plate goes to the flip-flop. The flip-flop goes to our light. We step on our press plate once. Oh. There we go. And it comes on. And another time it goes off. And then it's off and you're good to go.